as a citizen of Estonia and a person who has lived here for a long time, I feel that I live in a society where history haunts us, and and it's not only even about Estonia. It's much broader. It's part of the region. It's the story of nations by the Baltic Sea in Central and Eastern Europe. But I would even say that it's a story of Europe. And here, in the case of Estonia, it boils down to a relatively simple, not simple, but relatively easy to understand situation where we have a country which population is made up of two major communities, the Estonian and the Russian-speaking ones, and the perceptions of history among these communities differs, and sometimes they differ just a little bit, but at times among certain people there are ways of perceiving history where it's even, I would say, contradictory, and that is the kind of stuff that continues to haunt us. To give you a little bit more background, then on the one hand we have the story of Estonia, which has felt that its history is packed with problems. For about half a century, in the second half of the 20th century, Estonia was under Soviet occupation as well as Nazi occupation during the Second World War, and that of course led to aggression, very deep, broad and systematic oppression by these regimes, these totalitarian states that were active around here and wanted to expand, which includes many dark pages of history, from deportations to oppressing political dissidents and so forth, and I think most Estonians relate to these events in history, and it's part of them very much, and if I feel it's part of me as well. Now, what I feel is that this history haunts us, and I've always felt that if something is bugging you, then it is important to take action against what is bugging you. I see a lot of people out there simply whining about things that are going on, but not really becoming agents of change, so to speak. And I realized that the history that haunts Estonia is actually maybe one of the biggest things that is weighing Estonia down in terms of getting past its history, the trauma we have experienced, and I feel as a citizen of this country that I need to take an active role in making sure that it will be not necessarily water under the bridge, but that it would be something where we refer back to our dark pages of history in ways that we remember what has happened. We would strive to avoid these things from happening again, but that on the other hand it wouldn't be a source of hatred this day, and I think my story has to do with that role. I want to make sure that we can put this past behind us and heal the wounds of our society. My name is Poom. I'm from Estonia, and I want to exit genocide.